For a long time, I received a very specific improvement feedback from my leaders that I didn't understand at all. The feedback was, you connect the dot too fast. Keep in mind, other people around you might be not as fast as you are to grasp concepts. And it was always connected with something like, your communication skills needs improvement. I was always confused by this feedback. I felt like I needed to change myself to accommodate the environment around me, and I felt frustrated because I didn't fully understand the feedback. I felt my strategic strength was exactly this, the ability to connect dots and make decisions very fast, even without all the data. How was this a bad thing? Well, it took me some external help to get to the root of the problem and fix it. I got the chance to work with a coach, and she was incredible. These few sessions with her really changed everything. First, she was able to help me understand the feedback, and then she equipped me with two techniques I could implement easily without changing myself, just upgrading the way I communicate. And this is what I want to share with you today because sharing is caring, and I repeat this all the time to the people I work with. Let's not mention the sweet bonus of boosting the team productivity by 25%, but how did I do that? Well, first thing, context. Never ever think that because something is easy to do or to understand for you, it is the same for others. And this is a common mistake. If something is easy for you, it might be because you had greater exposure to similar situations or you trained just more. This is valid in all environments, not just in the work life. Providing more context than you think you need is key, as well as repeating the same context over time in different ways and formats. This helped me to ensure that the team was on the same speed I was. But how do you ensure that others understand in the same way you do? Here, my coach gave me a tip I am so grateful for. Why don't you ask the person or people in front of you to explain what they have understood? Imagine the situation. You explain a complex topic or project, and for you, it is clear what you have in mind. But because it was in your mind, you probably missed to explain a step or two in between. Just because for you are obvious, when you ask someone else to explain what they have understood, or for example, what is the next step in their opinion, you can ensure clarity. It will make obvious where the gap is and help you fill these gaps by adding the context that you missed to add in the first place. Cool, right? In the same way, when you present a multi-step idea, you can ask your team, what input do you have about this point? Focusing on the points where you perceived some confusion from the team. The second thing my coach equipped me with was open-ended questions, the right one. I am now 100% sure that open-ended questions make a huge difference when it comes to working with teams. This is the most powerful tool you have as a leader. Not only does it help to understand if everybody is on the same page, but it also could lead to better results as they push people into thinking mode, which automatically generates more and better ideas. With a huge plus, if you use this type of question together with active listening, the people around you will feel their opinion matter and they will be more motivated and generally happier. This was probably the most difficult part to learn for me. And the reason is that is not just about asking open-ended question, it is about asking the right one for the right moment to get the correct outcome. And it took me a lot of trial and error, and at the beginning, I was literally writing down all possible questions I could potentially ask about each topic on the agenda. It was like training for a marathon. This type of exercise helped me become better and better until the moment I did not need the list anymore. A more tangible example for you, because it is easy to say open-ended question, but when you are there and need to ask it, you end up always asking questions which have a yes or no as an answer. Been there, done that. Now, a question for you. What do you think is the difference between asking, do you have any questions or concerns? And asking, what questions or concerns do you have? It could really look like the same question, isn't it? Well, no. Most people feel uncomfortable to say that they do have a question, which leads to no one asking questions, whether they have one or not. While asking, what question or concern do you have? You are really assessing that there should be something. Basically, you are telling your team your expectation is that there are concerns and questions, and it makes it easier for them to ask or say what is on their mind. So, how do I form open-ended question? Well, these are the questions that starts with who, why, what, when, where, and how. And here's a pro tip. Be very, very careful with questions starting with why. I found out that why for me as a non-native speaker, it was quite normal to use why to understand the reasoning behind things. The way I was forming the question sometimes felt accusatory and could trigger defensive answers from the respondent. This was mainly happening when I interacted with native speakers. What I did to fix this? Well, I started using question with what instead of why. What is the reasoning behind? What made you come to this solution? So, how these little changes in my communication boosted productivity? As simple as it is, with these little changes, I managed to speed up the adoption of new ideas from the team, as well as morale boosting, which speeded up things incredibly. If you know what exactly you are expected to do and what is your impact, and you have clarity, you move faster in your job and with a lot more confidence. And that's a wrap. Did you also get feedback you could not fully understand in the past? Do you want to boost your communication skill but you don't know how or where to start? Well, hit the comments, DM me, or even book a free call. I'm here to help you and your team to reach full potential.